Welcome to part two. We're just waiting for Terry to log on. You should be here in a second. Just trying to think what we can talk about. Sure, we'll make it interesting. Oh, we should be here in a second. Interesting. The rise of Bricktop back on his perch, though, eh? He'll be loving that Bricktop, eh? He'll be loving that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Bricktop. I wonder what's going to happen with Dylan White, eh? I wonder if he's going to be in mix. Dylan White, that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it, moving forward? The can man, eh? Here we go. Here's Terry. How you doing, Terry?
Hey,
Hey, I'm just saying what's happening with Dylan White.
outside looking in.
He looks like he's burnt bridges everywhere, doesn't he?
Whoo. Boxing's such a cruel sport where you're not needed.
Do you remember when he didn't help with promotion for
Fury, yeah,
fight? They've evened it up, haven't they?
yeah.
He
It's
knows,
what I tell
he
people.
knows anyway, because I've heard back. So they've evened it up, and that's just what happens in boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, like yeah, that's right. It's rough for him because
He didn't give Eddie anything, did he? Right, and he wouldn't help with promotion. Now Eddie and Frank Bricktop, they're mates. Eddie Hills, and it's bye bye Dylan, isn't it? Frozen out. They're working with Aram, so they're not going to rock the boat. So he's up shit street without a paddle, isn't
yeah. Look, I don't know what you do if you're in Dillion's situation right now. Because if you think about the money he expects to fight as well, like there's only a handful of people he can be in the ring with that would generate that, and I can't see those fights happening at the moment.
I mean, what's Dylan going to do? Is he going to be Mr. Inactive? Or, I mean, he's not going to get a pay per view, is he, at this stage? Who's going to take a chance on him as well?
I tell you, his likeliest avenue, another Chisora fight.
Chisora.
Yeah,
You
I
think
can see
that's
Ben
his only
Shalom
route?
making that one.
You think that's his only route?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that: the loser of Joyce versus Chisora would be Dillian White's opponent.
You reckon?
Yeah,
They need an O2 fight, don't they?
why no two fight?
Well, what do you think? It's a stadium?
No. You might do the Wembley Arena at push. Remember, you're dealing with guys who've seen better days, and you're dealing with a boxing market that's more interested in Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson now.
Yeah. It's changed, hasn't it?
Progress, mate. It's progress.
What do you reckon to that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson on-off saga?
I think it did its job. It helped announce Netflix in the boxing space. And we don't have to see an old man do anything. And I'm happy for that. Because Russ, if you think about it, right, they announced it, right? Netflix are into the boxing thing. We're gonna have Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, and that's done wonders for headlines. Like that's just millions of dollars worth of free marketing. And now you can just say, right, Mike Tyson's got an ulcer condition. He's not going to fight Jake Paul. Instead, Jake's going to fight whoever, right? And then by the time that's happened, we'd all moved on from the Mike Tyson fight because it was never a fight we wanted to see anyway. And so they've done their job.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to see Mike in there, would we?
No. No, and I don't think he was ever going to go in. If I'm being honest with you, I think it was just marketing. You pay Mike a few 100,000 to go through the motions, and then he just pulls out with an ulcer condition. Problem solved.
It's a bit like when they point John Fury at the cameras, isn't it?
Nah, difference is these are real fighting men.
Yeah.
And you got to say that, whatever you want to say about Jake Paul, you got to say Jake's a real fighting man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Went from being a YouTuber to jumping in a ring and fighting people in front of a crowd. No. He's a real fighting man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. He is. He's certainly made a few quid out of the job, Terry, hasn't he?
He's earned it. I know he's earned it. Him and his brother, I'm going to give him credit. What his brother does in wrestling, what he does in boxing, we've never seen anyone do that before.
No, we haven't, have we?
No. Because however we want to slice and dice Jake Paul's career, even if it's just inspiring, he's had to jump in with some serious fighters. He's had to. That's the only way you can learn. He's had to jump in with some serious fighters. So it's not a gimmick. It's not like the punches are fake. It's not like the nosebleeds are fake. It's real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's craziness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's why we love the sport.
That's why we love the sport so much. What do you think to this Tunde Ajayi, Bricktop Anthony Yard divorce?
It's weird, and I'm trying to understand why you'd want to leave now. Yeah, like Frank's done all that work to get shows on Saudi, and at some point he was going to need Yard, right? So why would you then kick off? And so you just try and look at all the options. It can't be the number of fights on the contract, because it doesn't matter where Yard goes, he's going to fight the same people for pretty much the same money. There's no difference in what these promoters pay, for being honest. You're going to get a similar deal with Hearn. You're going to get a similar deal with Boxer that you would have done with Frank. So it can't be the number of fights. It has to be something about money. Either Frank promised something that hasn't happened. Maybe he promised that Yard would fight on the Usyk Fury show. I don't know. Or maybe it's that, Yard wasn't getting paid what he thought he should be getting paid. Because, sometimes people do this, Russ. They'll go to a fighter, look, I offered your promoter $5 million to make the Beterbiev fight. And then maybe Yard's gone, well, I only got paid $1.5 million. Where's the rest of the money gone? Do you see what I mean? It could be something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because they seem to be all right, didn't they?
Well, it's a massive misreading of value, right? Because how many shows did Frank lose money on when it came to Yard? There's probably a few where he lost money. So Frank's like, look, I need to make my money back somewhere. And it's when you fight in the big fights. Because remember, Yard's really only fought Kovalev, Arthur, and Beterbiev, really. If you look at his CV, you couldn't name many others.
Yeah. Yeah. Yard's CV's not that strong, is it?
No. But that was the plan. So the plan was always to maximize your money and minimize your risk. That was always the plan.
You think it showed when he fought for them world titles?
Yeah, because he hadn't had enough of those kind of wars in his career. Where you have to really dig in and go after someone. He hadn't really had those, because he either fights legitimate Hall of Fame contenders in, like Kovalev and Beterbiev, or he fights like domestic level guys. He's never really fought the guys in the middle. He's never fought Jean Pascal. He never fought an Alexander Gavodchik. He never fought Marcus Brown. He never fought the Joe Smith Juniors or Who are the other guys? Shawnee Monahan. He never really fought those guys in his career, did he?
No. No, a bit like Froch coming through fighting Robin Reed and Brian McGee.
I knew you would talk about Froch. Mate, his channel's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing well, isn't
Yeah, he seems to have good people behind the scenes helping him.
he? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whoever they are, they deserve a pay rise.
They sure do. They're calling him the new Big P, aren't they?
They are, man. We're going to call him Big C.
Big C.
We've got the Big Pork. We've got the Big Cobra.
He's sticking it to establishment, the Cobra, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's he's almost saying the things we wish Porky Russ would say, like telepathy.
I know. Lawrence Okoli.
Your new best mate.
Yeah. He's all right. He's a big lad.
Oh yeah. Remember I used to tell you that, like, he's legitimately big. Because he's like, because he's properly 6'6", if not 6'7", and his shoulders are about 6'4" as well, like off the ground. His shoulders are really high, and because they're wide as well, like he can actually block out the light if you stood in front of him.
Yeah, he had feet like battleships. What?
That's the most random observation. Feet like battleships.
Swear to God, mate. He's a big dude. Hey, listen, mate, you can whack him, mate. Oh my God.
He's a lovely kid.
Wow.
Such a nice guy.
I saw him on that body bag. Whoa. Hey, you saw what he did to Rosinski, didn't you, in round 1?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I think that's always going to be the case with Okoli. You and I have debated this before us. You don't go and watch an Okoli fight for a boxing masterclass. You go to watch an Okoli fight to see someone on their back. Yeah, like Wilder. That was Wilder's whole proposition. We didn't go to Wilder to see the sweet science. We went to watch Wilder fight because we knew someone was going to get put down. That's all we cared about. And when he couldn't do that, it was a very hard watch. And Wilder started to get the same stick that Coley got. These two guys have to understand that their whole proposition is knockouts. Don't worry about 12-round decisions. It's about knockouts, uppercuts to chins, hooks to chins. That's all we care about.
Yeah. Well, Lawrence did the business, didn't he? World champion in 2 weights now.
But I've always believed he would. Now, you know me, Russ, and you've pulled me up on this before, where he's just your mate. No, I said, no, I've always believed in Lawrence. Because, like, if you look at Lawrence, he's the least athletic guy you'll ever see. Like, he can run, yeah, he can do stuff, but he's not an athlete, if you see what I mean. You couldn't imagine him playing other sports. But that thing called boxing, whether it's the bone density, I don't know what it is about him, he can just put people on their backside. And he can do it without trying.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good, Lawrence, isn't he?
Yeah, it's good to have you on board, Team Okoli now, finally.
Well, I've seen him. He's good. Good trainer. You know what I mean? Can whack. You're calling out Dylan White on my channel to fight Dylan White at heavyweight.
No, the animosity between us two is real.
Yeah.
I mean, not in like a I don't like you, but in a boxing context, it's like, no, I can definitely beat you.
Lawrence Okoli, Dylan White, let's beat the drum.
Yeah, undercard of Porky Russ versus John Fury.
Big John Fury, big fighting man. MI5 are watching me from the moon. Hey. Living in wilderness like Bear Grylls.
He might be, man.
What about Bricktop's rise, Terry?
It's a very, very smart man. A very, very smart man, because he would have seen what was happening on social media, where Hearn was roasting him and everyone was making fun of Bricktop, going, he's yesterday's man, he's this, he's that. And he was just making moves. He was signing all the right kids. Remember, I said this during the pandemic. I said, look at what Frank's doing. He's signing up all the kids who have any talent. He's just hoovering them up now. And I said, in a few years' time, he's going to control the British scene. And he's going to have his moment. And if Hearn's smart, he'll start signing up these decent young kids too. And Hearn hasn't done it. And that's why his stable's suffering now. But Frank has kept doing it. And you got to remember, he's turned it into like a family operation. So you got Queensbury, which is giving you the Saudi shows and the TNT shows. Now you got Box Nation, and you got Alfie, his nephews, Alfie, Sonny, Freddie. I'm sure I'm missing someone. You've got them doing their thing. And when they find talent that's any good, that's going to move up to TNT, that's going to move up to Saudi. Like, they've got a whole operation going now, man. They could feasibly control British boxing for the next 5 years.
Yeah, Alfie's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah, lovely, lovely man.
Yeah, I don't mind him, Alfie. He's all right.
And he's proper as well. That's what I like about him. He's proper.
Yeah.
Like, good values, good ethics, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he is. Where do you see Border Control's role now, Terry? Do you think they're weak? Do you think some takeover could be coming, or what do you see? Because they've gone quiet, haven't they, on a lot of things?
I heard someone call them the board of no control.
Yeah, me.
No, I think the board are doing fine. Like, let's look at what we really need the board for, right? Keeping fighters safe. I think they're doing okay in that. I still think we need to look at what fighters are allowed to consume between rounds, but that's probably the only bugbear I've got from a fighter safety perspective. I think they've made leaps and bounds on that. They've been really, really strict on brain scans, which is good. And look, they're clamping down on discipline, right? So Conor Benn hasn't fought in a British ring since, what, 2022?
Yeah.
So the board have done their bit. Like, let's give them their due. Like, they've held firm. And there are years when the British board would have just rolled over and let Conor Benn box again. And look, that guy's not going to be in a British ring until next year at the earliest. I can guarantee it. March 2025 is when I'd expect to see Conor in the British ring.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Is that what band you reckon he'll get?
I don't know. I just know that's what I'd expect to see him in the boxing ring.
I think it's been all handled terribly from day one for Conor.
Yeah. He should have just held his hand up. He should have held his hand up, sat with his lawyers and said, tell me what I need to do to make this go away. And he could have just said, look, we were trying for a baby, and he would have copped a 9-month, 12-month ban, whatever, but he'd be boxing now. But he let his pride get in the way. And, it caused ructions amongst, everything really, like with his promoter, with his management. It's been a rough couple of years for Conor Benn. I know it's easy to give him a kicking because he did fail a test of strict liability. And it's quite right that he should face the consequences of what he did.
Two tests.
Yeah. But he is going through it, though. There's no question that emotionally this is taking a toll on him. Like, I don't think he'll ever be the same fighter again when he comes back.
No?
Nah.
Not at all.
No, this has drained him. These are his prime years and he's not in prime fights. Nah, this is horrible for him, man. This is horrible for his career.
Yeah, he's not progressed, has he?
Nah. And he hasn't had the chance to. So it's a wrap. I don't know what you do. Well, you bring him back in. Who would he even fight when he comes back? I don't know.
Hearn's not even beating drum for him, is he?
I think the message is, look, just keep your head down and, we just have to ride this out.
Yeah, but how much longer can they ride it out for?
Another 9 months.
Yeah. Another 9 months. That could be, well, that'll be forever for him then, won't it? Because him and Eubank don't seem to be getting spoken about, does it? I mean, I've heard a bit of noise about Billy Joe coming back, but
Nah,
that deal.
nah. He looks about 16 stone. Yeah, coming back.
No.
There was noise around it, I think, about March time, because he was back in the gym, wasn't he? And then I think he was just like, whatever.
What do you think?
Because
Oh, sorry.
he's only going to come back for like a Eubank fight. He's not going to come back to fight a young contender. He's going to fight someone about his own age.
Yeah. What do you think to Mark Efron getting done in a round?
Oh, and Billy's a monster. No one ever talks about Christoph and Billy. Billy is a monster puncher. Like he no. Yeah, he's a monster puncher. And I know Heffron has a reputation for being strong and he can dig in this country. And Billy's just a different level. So I expected Billy to win by stoppage. I don't think they would have made that fight otherwise. I feel for Mark. What does Mark do now? I think if I'm Mark Heffron, I start looking at these guys like Callum Simpson and Zach Chelly and going, I guess this is where I'm going to have to, make my living. Because he left Joe G, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? But and obviously look what happened.
People think changing trainers will change their fortunes. Most boxers' success or failures 100% down to them. Changing a trainer won't change the fact that maybe you like to be out with the boys in your hometown, and maybe you like to be active in your hometown when you shouldn't be. You should be in bed and you should be a family man, and you shouldn't be trying to impress your mates. You shouldn't be trying to show that you're still the same person you were 15 years ago. There comes a point in your life, I think, when you realize that you could have done boxing better. And he's probably at that point now.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about Adrian Broner, Terry. Your opinion of Adrian Broner, because he's always piping up, and he.
Porky Russ and Adrian Broner would be a good show.
Hey, what?
That'd be a good show.
You know him, right? Where's it? Where? There's only one of him, isn't there?
The world can only cope with one of him, Russ.
He's got kids everywhere. He's a proper badass, isn't he?
He's like those old school fighters from like the 70s and 80s.
You're like Aaron Pryor.
More Duran, but you know those guys who are just, you're like, how is he an athlete? But I wish him all the best. You know why, Russ? Because boxing needs him right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We need characters. Yeah. We can't do this boxing content thing without characters.
Yeah, well, that's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey?
Hey, characters like Johnny Fisher and his dad, Johnny Fisher Sr.
Yeah. Well, come see me, Johnny Fisher.
Do you see him doing out, Johnny Fisher?
Ooh. So I can tell you what I know of Johnny, right? When you talk to the heavyweights he's worked with locally, they all say he can whack. Yeah. So they're like, listen, this kid can whack. When he learns how to put it all together, he's going to be a menace. But it's about whether he's got enough time to learn how to put it together. But people are high on him. Like, in terms of what he could do long term, yeah. In the short term, he's still got a lot to learn. But Johnny Fisher, likable guy, hardworking, good to promote apparently, because he does all the things that are asked of him. And he puts work in with his fans. Like, he engages with his fans. He does all the photos and all of that. And his old man, I know people draw parallels with John Fury. But the one thing I like about his old man, he doesn't get involved in the boxing side. That kind of Big John thing that he does, that Bosch father thing he does, that's like a side project which kind of helps his son in terms of visibility. But you don't see his old man stepping in and talking all this sort of crazy nonsense about being a fighting man. You don't see his man ripping his t-shirt off, headbutting 12-year-olds. He doesn't do anything like that.
No, it's so soft, isn't it?
But that's what you want. Like, let your son do the fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all a bit soft and gimmicky in it, but it's not art. It's not violence, is it?
No, like, look, but we're just in that modern age where gimmicks sell.
Cringe. It's cringe, like, isn't it? We know that, don't we?
But if it sells a few hundred extra tickets, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If it sells.
If it makes sense, it makes sense, Russ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got to make something, mate, hasn't it? Which state at the moment. Do you really think that we're gonna get these belts split up, Terry?
We need to.
These heavyweight belts.
But I wonder, Russ, do belts matter anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so. We know Usyk's the man, don't we, of the era, don't
Yeah. When you heard Furious fighting Usyk, did you really care that it was for the belts? Because I did. I said, right, these are the last two left. Let them go at it.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Canelo. Canelo doesn't need belts. Tank Davis doesn't need belts. Ryan Garcia doesn't need belts. You don't need belts anymore. Like, we just want the best to fight the best. That 5v5, look at it. Not a world title on the line, and that's probably one of the best cards we've seen in a long time.
Does Lomachenko need a belt?
Nah, not at all.
Belts could be on the way out then.
Yeah, belts are irrelevant. I just don't see the point. Or maybe Turkey will just have his own belts, and it'll just be like the Riyadh belt, the Riyadh season belt.
Well, that'll be known as the best belt.
But yeah, just the only belt, and it'd be the only belt you can fight for on those shows.
Yeah. Do you think the British title at the moment's been a bit disrespected, Terry?
No way. No way. I was with Zach Chelly the other day, actually. And I see the pride he has in being British champ. And I'm like, nah. That belt will mean something, because that's the belt you want to win. A world title that you hope to win. A British title is the belt you want to win. It's the British title is important, I think. I remember when Denzel won his and how he felt. I remember Isaac winning his, it brought him to tears. The British belt is unbelievably important for this sport, mate. No. Because that's where you've arrived. Like, you win an area level belt, it shows that you can be a pro boxer to me. You win a British title, it's like you might do something in the sport. And that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic belt to get a British title, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of the British title. I'm like, yeah, let's give that belt the respect it deserves.
Why do you think then that it's not getting the respect?
It depends from where, though. In the sport, it definitely is.
In marketing, though, because there don't seem to be many British title fights on all the time. They should be rotating them a bit quicker, shouldn't they?
But it's the old thing, isn't it? Like, you win it, then you get voluntary, then you get mandatory. So normally, by the time a fight's ordered, it's probably 12 months from when you won it.
Yeah, a lot of messing about, and this is why they got trinket route, isn't it?
Yeah, and also to actually avoid fighting real people.
What's he up to, JP?
Training, trying to get fit. He might come back this year, but he's training. He was sparring Joshua not long ago, actually.
Yeah, where's he training at?
Joshua, JP.
JP.
Is he still Adam? He might be with Adam Martin down at where Adam Booth's team used to be.
Go to Adam Booth. He's the best, the Dark Lord. You love Adam Booth, Terry, don't you?
Don't talk over me when I'm doing me Adam Booth.
Remember that
You
one?
always
Max.
talk over people.
Max will remember that.
Mate, you know I've got a folder of just things you've said that have just made me laugh in public. That's one of them.
Is it?
Oh yeah. You're always gonna talk over me. Don't know interrupt me while I'm doing me Adam Booth.
Did you like that one? We hadn't moving. Oh, Max interrupted me. Go to Adam Booth. Max kept interrupting me. Yeah, he gets giddy, Max, doesn't he? But yeah.
No, Max, I've got a folder of those. There's what was the other one that you did that made me laugh? They all want resigning. That was the best one. That rant, the British board rant was brilliant. And then there was
the Parker one where I'm sat in that E-class Merc.
No, that
I had a blue sweater on. I was going on about pay-per-view. Parker, Dylan White.
Oh yeah, is that when you had the sunglasses on?
I think I might have had, yeah.
The classic.
I used to lose my shit, didn't I, when it beginnings?
Oh mate, I used to say to you, mate, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack.
Probably did. Probably give me an ulcer.
I'm trying to think, Russ. Back to what you were saying about the British title.
Yeah.
Wasn't Wardley versus Fraser Clark for the British title?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, British and Commonwealth, I think.
That's a good fight, right?
Yeah, that would be a good fight. That'd be a good rematch, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Like the British title still decent. Wasn't Boatsy versus Aziz for the British title?
I think it was, yeah.
So I think you'll see the British title fights on Sky. I think they will make a real play on this now.
Yeah, build off the British title, get it back out there. That's good, that. If Ben Shalom's doing that, I'll tip my hat off to him, a.k.a. Adrian Mowell.
Yeah, so I think there's still a lot of love for that British title. I think when it's two people and there's a natural kind of like, they're about the same age, same stage in their careers, and they're fighting for the British, I always think it's a good fight.
Yeah, I do, mate. I do. David A. Do you think he'll ever come back?
Nah.
Not even in gimmick fights like Joe. What's that, mate? Joe Fournier. What we're all are about.
Mate, if he got offered money, they took it.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know these people, everyone loves a good jolly, don't they?
They had it off that night, didn't they?
Man, what was that? That was on Triller, wasn't it?
Hey, what were all that about?
Hey?
They proper got themselves in mixed, didn't they?
Yeah, proper, just noses in the trough.
Noses in the trough.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Paul, I don't see Dave coming back. Like the training ain't worth it, man. It's rough.
Yeah.
He'll be 44 this year. I don't know if you want to be taking shots at 44 when you're not the man you were 10 years ago, never mind 20 years ago. You don't want to be reminded of your own decline, man. That'd be quite hard to take.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But you won't put it past him, would you?
No, I don't think anyone cares anymore. I think there was a point in time where you were like, oh yeah, I could pay to watch that. But it's like this. Look, you could probably dig up James DeGale to fight Billy Joe Saunders, but you wouldn't want to watch it. Like, I just don't think it would be good because you'd remember them at their best.
Yeah. Yeah, David A's days were numbered 20 years ago.
There was hope in 2016, but then the body just started to fail him. Like he just couldn't do camps the way he used to, and eventually that's just going to catch up to you.
Yeah, Vladimir took that. That went last of him, wasn't it?
No, with David, it wasn't anything in the ring, because remember, he never took a lot of punishment in the ring. It was just the camps took it out of him. Like his body, how can I put it? When you see his brother James and you see his sister, you will know that David should have really boxed as a light heavyweight his whole career. He could have easily been a light heavyweight his whole career. So to go from that to the weight he fought at, which was about 97 kilos, so maybe about 215 to 220, that's a lot of extra weight you're carrying, and your body feels it.
Yeah,
because like his old man is one of those, you know, those wiry strong guys, like just lean. I mean, that's like his genetic thing. Like the whole family, even the Bellamy side of the family, are quite lean people. So for him to be a heavyweight was like, wow, that's a lot of weight to pack on.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I always thought David, if there would have been a weight division, about 15 stone would have been perfect for him. Do you know what I mean?
Like Bridgerweight.
Like Bridgerweight, yeah. That's a bit, but it's not popular enough, isn't it? In a different era.
I think it will become popular but the key thing is you need a weight class where you've got big men being skillful. Yeah, because cruiserweights kind of got that, but in cruiserweights you got guys like that Tommy Fletcher who was 6'7", and I'm like, nah, you're kind of cheating here. I don't like seeing that. I want my cruiserweights to be no more than 6'4", maybe 6'3" tops, and all the rest of them just going to be heavyweights or bridgerweights.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. But I don't think this Bridgerweight's going to take off. But if it gets Lawrence in mix, it's good for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope it does, man. Like, it's because that heavyweight thing, or there are two options. You either have Bridgerweight or you cap heavyweight at 255 pounds.
Yeah. It's an odd one, isn't it? Some of them are caught in middle, aren't they?
Yeah. So for me, if you capped heavyweight at 255, it would mean you couldn't be tall and fat.
Yeah, Fury'd have to get some blubber off, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, did you see shape he were in for Usyk?
What was the word you used last time? Wait, what's the word you used last time? You called him, was it a blancmange?
Yeah, it looked like a blancmange, man. What is all that about? Hey, heavyweight champ. You know, what unbelievable, mate, isn't it?
So happens when you're tested, I guess.
Hey?
So happens when you're tested.
Well, not good, is it? Not good at all.
Hey?
Hey? Anyway, it's been great having you on, Terry. I hope you're well.
Nah, mate. Yeah.
I hope you have a great day.
You too, mate. Speak to you soon, all right, Russ?
Good night. Bye.
Take it. Bye.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. And thanks for subscribing to our sister channel, Porky's International, YouTube. Okie dokie. One piece out.